Today we are discussing challenges young entrepreneurs face, you understand, in their course of trying to get success. And I have a young entrepreneur in the studio with me today, and his name is Stanley Eboh. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so can we get to know you? What do you do?
Okay, good afternoon, viewers. My name is Mr. Stanley Eboh, like you rightly said, and I'm the CEO of Engr Technology. Engr Technology is a solar and security company. We measure on solar and security devices. That is what we measure on.
Okay, that's what you do.
Yeah.
What was the motivation? Why did you do that? Like, you didn't go into painting, all those ones that are popular.
While in school, I studied physics electronics and photo. While in school, I've always had these feelings that I want to be self-employed. I have worked with it right from my day one in school. And there's something I got to understand. You know, majority of Nigerian scholars, they are working for money. They don't want to use their initiative to work. So I really submitted this thing when I was in my final year, doing my IT. Not final year, sorry, IT. I went to Lagos to do my IT. I met this young man by name Mr. Ben. I was motivated because he's into design and construction of inverters. So I picked my motivation from there because one of the problems we are facing in this country is power and security. Yeah. You know, like the topic said, the challenges young entrepreneur gets while trying to establish. One of the challenges is one.
No, don't worry. Let's just wait. Actually, at your journey, how you started. You understand?
Okay. That was actually how I started.
Okay. You know, you're into solar installation and security. Can you educate us on that? Because some people don't actually know what the security aspect. I know of solar, but the security part, what do people do?
Okay, we are into installation of advanced cameras, CCTV, and advanced electric fence. Okay. You know, conventionally, electric fence is a common thing, but we try to make our own unique because we notice that one of the problem electric fence normally have is power. Okay. That is still the coronation of the solar and the security, because one of the problems they have is power. Okay. Yeah. Secondly, you know, when this electric fence triggers, because the working principle of electric fence is just to give the intruder a shock and possibly trigger alarm within the vicinity. You know. Now the problem is sometimes it triggers an alarm and there's nobody, people around there don't even know what is happening. If the person is abroad or maybe outside the state, he wouldn't know what is happening. So that is why we incorporated a device. We call it a dictating circuit device. What it does is when there's this trigger and when there is this alarm started blowing, it reports intrusion. So they don't require human surveillance. The owner doesn't even need to be there. On its own, it will dial your number. Okay. Yes. So you need constant power on such device to operate. Okay, so that's where the solar comes in. That is where the solar comes in.
So how has it been? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and we also try to synchronize it with your cameras, so that when this device dials your number, you can now view.
Okay, and know
what is going on within the vicinity.
Wow, that's nice. Yeah. So how has it been for you so far as a young person doing this business?
Honestly, it has been challenging. It has been challenging from the beginning. It has been really challenging. That is this thing when I started, I have this problem of trust. Okay. Trust. You know, I started on a very low scale. No motivation. I was struggling it all by myself. So the problem I had then was when somebody wants to do business with you, they will say, bring guarantor.
Okay.
Do you get? I don't have an office. I was just freelancing. Okay. Moving from one place to another, I was just freelancing. So it was really a major challenge for me.
Okay, getting guarantors.
Getting guarantors. I don't have an office, so it's difficult for you to entrust money into somebody's hand. You don't even know where he's coming from. Do you get? So it was really a very big challenge for me.
Wow. Okay, before we go to other challenges you face as a young person, I never knew getting a guarantor is such a big challenge.
No, it's not really. The person that is shorting you,
yes,
one needs to know you very well. I just came into the town.
Okay, you're not resident here.
I just, I
just relocated.
Yeah, I just relocated. When I started, I'm talking about from the beginning, how I started. When I started, I was just the only one in town. So no much person to say, okay, I stand for this man.
Yeah.
It was really a very people. Although I have motivation from people. Sometimes when I go to site, because I go to a building under construction to advertise my business. When I get there, I'll tell them, okay, this is what I do. Sometimes people will encourage you, okay, just keep trying. Even if I won't trust my money into your hand, but keep trying. I like what you are doing. Within the next 3-4 years, you will blow. That's what they keep saying, and I pick still motivation from them. Even if they don't support me then, but I pick motivation from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, do you have any number of staff with you? Are people working for you right now?
Yes.
Like how many?
I have like 15 people working for me now.
Are you serious? Young people
3.
Working for you?
Yes, young people.
Wow.
Yes, I have 3 permanent staffs. Then other ones are just like contractors.
Okay.
Yes, I mobilize them to, but they stationed with Engr Technology.
And thank God now you have an office.
Yes, I have an office. The company is really growing, honestly.
Okay, so now let's head into the challenge, because what we're discussing today is actually the challenges young people face trying to, start up a business, you understand, given that right now there are no jobs anywhere. The ones we have are quite few, and some entrepreneurial skills are, let me just say, congested. So it's so beautiful to hear that a young person is doing something quite different. So if, let's say, you're a young person watching us right now and you want to venture into solar installation and security, device installation and all that, what kind of challenges do you think a young starter can face?
Yeah, like I rightly said, one, finance. Finance is a very big challenge for me when I started. At a point, I have to start doing a virtual program.
What do you mean by that?
That's what I call virtual program. It's a program that to you is not existing, but to me it's existing. I bring people online, we talk, I tell them, I teach you this thing online, you send me money.
Okay.
Just trying to raise funds, because it was them challenging. I don't have a car. Sometimes I've trekked from World Bank to town before.
Carry your equipment with you too?
No, I didn't carry equipment. I went to meet a client. I went to talk to a client.
Okay.
So I have to trek from World Bank to Douglas. Yes.
Wow.
It was really challenging, I think that's a major challenge I had then.
Okay, wait, the finances you're talking about now, is it the money to run around or the finance to actually buy, let's say, equipment to work? Are your equipment costly too?
Yes, they are costly. Like I said, before someone will entrust his money to you, first, he will force you to get a guarantor. Even if he didn't force you to get a guarantor, he will say, bring some materials to the site. Do you get? Bring some material to the site. When I see this, I'll commit you. And it's difficult sometimes to even work with your clients. That's why I encourage young people. Always be credible. Build a trust with your suppliers.
Don't worry, finish your challenges first before you start preaching. Go ahead.
So that was a very big challenge.
Okay, aside that, you didn't face any other challenge? What about the cost of training? You said something. You said that you went out and somebody motivated you. Around here, do you think people are actually harnessing opportunities in this line of business? Do you think they're harnessing opportunities in the line of business?
Come again.
What I'm saying is, you said you went to Lagos for IT and then you saw someone. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think mentorship in this line of business that is not so popular is a challenge for young people?
Yeah, honestly, it's a challenge, because since 2 years now, I think I've already gotten one person that said he's interested in learning the business. Yes, because they think, one, solar doesn't work. I've gone to sites severally, and when I try to pick somebody's interest, You see maybe a friend of his will walk in and say, what is this guy here for? They say solar. I leave that guy. That solar doesn't work here. You know. And when they say that solar doesn't work, I try to study what is the problem. Why has solar not been working? You know, I just came into the town. Why has solar not been working? What have I to introduce to solar that will make my own work? That was where I started. I went to further study.
Okay.
Yes, I went to further study, and I found out that the problem with solar in this part of Owerri, one is tilt angle. That's what we call tilt angle and azimuth angle. Most solar companies don't employ that in their solar installations, and it gives them problem along the line. So further training was a very big. Well, I wouldn't call it a challenge. It's a challenge.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think I have to go for a further training. Even this electric fan that I told you before now, I used to design the one that can just send an SMS when there is an intrusion. Then when the challenges come, that somebody will receive an SMS on his phone, he wouldn't check it. When let me say, in a building, and there's a water infiltration. There's an infiltration. Maybe criminals come into the building. Somebody, the device will send a message to the owner. And now the person, maybe because of all these WhatsApp messages, he wouldn't check the message immediately. Then tomorrow he will say your device is not working. I say, what happened? Say somebody came into the house and robbed. Now when you go to his phone, you see the message. So it was a very big challenge. I have to start increasing my research. And I went to the one that can now give you a call instead of.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so training is a challenge, and young people need to go for further training to get this done.
Of course.
Okay. Now, you talked about trust issues. Because I know that there's another challenge some people, business owners, say they have, and that's with their staff. Have you had any of such challenges with the young people working for you?
Yeah, I think there's one. One lady just left the office yesterday. Her own issue is salary. I have to be blunt.
Okay.
Yeah, she said that the salary I'm giving her is not really enough for her. Although I've encouraged her, you know, when I employ you, I employ you with little or no experience.
Okay.
Then my aim of getting you, because I don't just go to the street and see someone and pick. My aim of getting you is to one, train you, because I've seen the desire. I've seen that you have the intellect to understand the working principle of what I do. So I picked up this girl, and all this while she has been working with me, but she has this problem with the father, always asking her, how much is the salary? The salary is not really a problem, because sometimes I still TPS her often, but she concentrated on the salary. And yesterday she said she's fed up, she can't cope.
So you see, the problem with young people here is that they want fast money.
They really want, yes, they want fast money. Like when I started, honestly, I stayed in this business for like 4 years with nothing. Honestly, I do design works with little money I have. Like I did a work sometimes in the past. I made 100,000 naira. I bought a device of 93,000 naira. Immediately I plugged that device, everything crashed.
Are you serious?
Immediately. Wow. It never discouraged me. I continued. But young people nowadays, what they want to do, I want to make it fast. One say, okay, teach me this thing within 3 weeks. Let me go into the street and make money.
Are you serious?
Like, you know, 3 weeks? That is the problem. They want to start and make money like you that have stayed for a very long time. So that is a very big problem.
Challenge for young people. So they need to be patient and go through the process.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the success stories. In fact, it's not like sometimes when we bring young people to talk about, they just talk problem. Young people like that. It's like there is so much wahala in this particular line of business. Let me just shift. I think you have success stories too, right? So can you tell us some of the breakthrough, how you had your first breakthrough? Use it as a motivation for them.
Okay. I think the first breakthrough I had, I actually trekked to the man's office. That was the job I told you I trekked from World Bank to Douglas.
Yes.
The man saw me. He noticed that I trekked. He actually noticed that I trekked. He looked at my shoe. Although I stopped by at the office at the front of the entrance to toss the shoe. But as a coded person, when you look at the shoe, you know that this guy has trekked a very long distance. You know, he looked at me and said, young man, come in. I walked in. He said, what is the problem? I tried to advertise my product and what I came to do. He said, this your shoe, safe. I said, Oga, I thought I trek. He started laughing.
You should laugh.
He started laughing. Now he said, are you sure you trek? He said, I told him, yes, I did, but just forget about how I came. Just listen to what I got to say. So he gave me listening ear. And when I started talking, he picked interest. Honestly, from that man alone, he gave me his job to do at Umahia. The whole solar installation at Umahia, CCTV installation, electric fence, biometrics. took me to the hotel. In fact, that was the beginning of my success.
Wow.
That was the beginning of my success. The friends came, those guys that were having negative feelings about solar. They start testifying. They were like, if it doesn't work for you, go to Engineer Mark's house and see how it works.
Wow.
And the man on his own advertises me. I don't do much work now.
Wow.
Like those days, I moved from building to building, advertising myself. Now my work advertises for me now.
Wow.
I don't move around. Okay, so that's my very big success story.
See, that's a beautiful one for you. See, most times those challenges you face those years back trying to build, if you do it properly, years later you just relax and the flood will just start coming.
Of course, yeah.
So aside that, any other big success story you've had?
So many.
Okay, now so let's say the solutions. What solutions do you proffer to these problems? If this like you've talked about training, you've talked about young people getting guarantors, especially in this kind of business where they need you. You didn't even talk about raising capital to buy equipment. Did you?
You see, that capital side is very challenging. It's very challenging. Like I said, I started with nothing. At a point, what I do is I took time to go to Lagos one day, met with my suppliers. I told them, please, if there's any document you want me to give to you, I will tender it. Supply me with 20% of the products I need. Then when these clients see these products, they will definitely give you little money. You know, this country, how I wish the government will subsidize solar. We put subsidy on solar. Because that is the problem we are facing. Had it been solar is affordable, you have many people doing it. Yeah. So it wouldn't be like, let me put 2 million naira on this business. You'll be scared whether that money is coming back. Okay. Yeah. Some people are scared that if I give this guy that trek from here to here, he will just run away. Has he seen 2 million before? He will just run away with your money. So that is the problem.
Are you serious?
You get? So it was really challenging. So I went there. Sometime good 18. I met some of them. They were like, okay, they drop your international passport.
Wait, are you serious?
Honestly, I did. Drop your international passport. I dropped my international passport. Anytime I have issue, I have a supplier. They will supply me. If I need 50 pieces of solar panel, they will give me 10. Then when the client sees these pieces, these 10, they will give me money. I give to them and take another 10.
Okay, so that means the solution to getting finance to fund such heavy enterprise or scale, you understand, like this, is to know how to break even with your suppliers. I think that's
one of it.
Yeah. Which other solution do you have to get in that? Can somebody do a lease? Can you hire some of those equipment? Is there any place someone can go to?
Can hire. What I do is solar. We don't need equipment here. We just need the solar materials to install for the person.
Okay. I get. So you use the thing to keep to just that work.
Yes.
The materials now.
Yes. Even the leasing, it's not easy for someone to lease out when you don't even have something to remit.
It's true.
You see, I don't really want to concentrate on financing, because if I concentrate on financing, people will be discouraged. I want them to know that I started from the scratch, even without anything.
Yeah. And they can do that. So, okay, we're rounding it up. So, in a nutshell, can you just list? You've done so well. I've really enjoyed your time on this show, and I've learned something that is about solar today. So now we are out of time. So I want you to just give a word of advice to young people watching you right now about this thing. How do you want government to come in? How do you think people can partner with you? Any word you have for them, just tell them now. This is your time.
Okay. First, I want to use the opportunity to tell the youth out there, we are open for training. We are open for training. This is Engr Technology. We are located at Eboh after International Market Aquakuma. Yeah. And my advice to the youth out there, always move. If you are not crawling, make sure you are running. If you are not running, fly. But of all, make sure you are moving. Don't capitalize on the government will do this for you, the government will do that for you. Always have this spirit to stand on your own. Work even when there is no financing. That is just my advice for you.
Well, I'm taking that to tell you, to always move. You understand? If you're not running, you should be flying. If you're not flying, so in fact, just move. Make a movement. And that's it on Generation Next TV show today. My name is Esther Andromeda. I'm so glad to have you in the studio with me, Mr. Stanley. I hope when next we'll call you, you oblige us, right?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, and that's it on today's edition of Generation Next TV show. My name is Esther Andromeda. Remember, we'll come your way same time, same station next week. Until then, bye-bye. See you next week.
Bye.
Hello there and welcome to the Vox Pop segment once more. I'm David Mokuri. I know it's been a while. A lot of you have been anticipating on Fridays you tune into your favorite TV station and you're looking for Generation Next and it's nowhere to be found. Well, the good news is that we're back and we're back for better. Yeah, and today we'll be talking about something very, very exciting, and the topic is the different challenges that young entrepreneurs encounter in business. The richest black man in the world and the richest man in Africa, Aliko Dangote, once said it took him close to 30 years to build a business conglomerate. And a lot of youth aspire to become like him, but it's almost impossible because in business, in growing a business venture, tenacity of purpose, tenaciousness, of course, and perseverance are key factors in becoming very, very successful as an entrepreneur. And today we are going to the streets to find out people's opinions, to ascertain what they really think about the different challenges that young entrepreneurs face in business. Go nowhere, stay tuned in. I'll be right back.
My name is Martin Adekeli. The problem entrepreneurs face is poor funding at first, because they won't be able to get money from bank loan, because they are new businesses, and banks will really just give you a huge loan to start a business. So you have to work on the little money you have to grow a business little by little. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Francis Odinaka, and challenges youths, young entrepreneurs face. I think the first is capital. That's one of the popular challenges we face, because these days, trying our country Nigeria, it's hard to, gain a lot of capital to start a business, and hiring staffs. When you're young, you don't have the experience, in getting the good staffs, quality. So hiring staffs is challenging.